Hey, Andrew, big news, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. My desk at work, my hot desk, it's a
right.
4.8.
Four. That's way higher than mine.
Oh, man, that's awkward.
I'm at 4.1 right now.
4.1. Oh,
Yeah, I was at 4.5, and then I brought in a mechanical keyboard. Alex,
Andrew,
what is this?
this is Brains on the Outside.
Brains on the outside. Nice.
Yeah, man, Brains on the Outside. The Metaverse's best ever business ideas podcast.
That's actually so funny you said that. Because if I was going to do that, I was going to say metaverse this week as well. So we're very, very in sync this week. Yeah, every week we come in and we think of exciting, cool, unique business and product and services that you can go and make yourself.
I'm really excited for today. I think we're recording remotely again. We're both in the dregs of COVID.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be I think it's going to be premium content this week.
uh, we are the Metaverse's premium business podcast, so we only produce premium business content.
Maybe we should be the COVID versus premium business podcast. All right, let's go.
So, Alex, let me tell you about two rival bakeries. This is my lovely little bakery, and we make really, really good sourdough. It is delicious. It's a unique recipe passed down for generations.
The most important question is how old is your sourdough?
It's actually I don't know. It's so old.
Whoa.
I've lost track.
Holy shit! Is it like one passed down from your great grandfather parent?
That's where all the juicy flavor comes in, that age, you know. But I have a bitter rival actually as well.
Oh man.
And his name is Alex. What remind me, Alex, what is your bakery make again? What's your specialty?
We make baguettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything exciting about them? They just normal baguettes, or what's your?
They're just really good.
Really, really good.
The other thing about them is they're really super long.
Like 7-8 feet.
Yeah. Easy.
So, but it's great that there's so many good bakeries, obviously, in our little town, fictitious town we live in. But the problem I'm finding is you're very brutal to me on social media. This rivalry we're building up can't keep going. You know, we're chatting shit to each other on Twitter and TikTok, and I just don't think this town really is big enough for two bakeries anymore. Because I'm getting bigger, I'm growing, I'm getting into new markets, and recently actually, and I think maybe you're to blame for this, but I had to hire a new employee.
Well, I mean that sounds like a good thing though, hiring a new employee.
Well, you're acting like you don't know what I'm talking about right now, but I know what you did, man. So my job that I put out, I was surprised about it because it was a bit unreasonable. I was like looking for someone with like 30 years experience and won the Great British Bake Off. It was an incredibly high standard I was setting. So I was shocked actually when I interviewed someone who was literally perfect. They ticked every box.
That just sounds. What are you talking about? This is perfect.
Exactly what I was looking for.
I'm worried, man. I'm worried because you've hired this amazing person.
Well, I was pretty excited, and they come in, and it turns out that actually, for a few days they were perfect, and then it turns out they were a total doofus. You know, we were like making chocolate chip cookies, and they were putting like little bits of meat in there instead of like, cookie dough. One day they literally slipped on a literal banana peel. You know?
Whoa.
Yeah. One day I came in, and they spent 90% of their time making salads, and I'm like, we make artisanal sourdough and sometimes chocolate chip cookies, apparently.
I mean, it sounds like you should be making salads, though.
Well, that's not the direction I want to take this company in. And the problem is, this guy they're ruining my reputation, you know? My sales are slipping because there's all these weird ingredients, like orange juice in the bread. It's disgusting. The rest of the staff love him, though, because he's all this funny hijinks. But at the end of the day, it's ruining my business. And I think I know what happened here. It wasn't my poor hiring.
I mean, it sounds like it was your poor hiring. I got to be honest, Andrew.
Don't gaslight me here, man. I hear you've been to the incompetent recruitment agency. The incompetent recruitment agency have a team of very talented looking people who are secretly deeply, deeply incompetent, who are total doofuses. You can hire them to infiltrate your rival's business. And once they're in there, they just behave like a doofus and take them down from the inside.
I would never do such a thing, Andy. That's not me. I wouldn't. I'm an honest baker.
An honest. I thought I was as well, man. And here we are. I've got a huge doofus on my hands. I hear as well, though, from some chatter on the web that the incompetent recruitment agency, they don't just do small businesses like ours. They can go to enormous scales as well. Whether you're a small baker or you're a CEO, they can have they'll find someone the correct level of doofus to take down your rival. So another example I've heard is a CEO of a huge tech company wanted to take down his rival. So what did they do? They went to an incompetent recruitment agency, they found a suitable level of doofus to get onto the board. They bought a lot of stocks, a lot of shares, and they just started spouting all this crazy shit about let's just get really into print media. The kids are over their TikToks. They don't care about their Snapchats. What they want is long form, written investigative journalism on a broadsheet.
So good.
And it's ruined that company.
Yeah, let's add an edit button.
Yeah, exactly. That sort of stuff doesn't happen naturally. That level of idiocy is pre-planned by a rival. And that's what I've been hearing about. The incompetent recruitment agency. Whatever level company you are, massive CEO, or maybe you just want someone to infiltrate a little office somewhere, break the coffee machine, and destroy morale. They'll be there, taking down FTSE 500 companies at the pettiest form of corporate espionage.
I don't know, man. Cornelius Breadman looks...
Wait, whoa. You know Cornelius Breadman?
Well, yeah, I mean, you said his name earlier on when you were talking about...
I'll have to listen back to the recording. I don't know, man. I mean, with a name like Breadman, I just assumed that he was the perfect guy to hire. You know?
I mean, I would have thought so. You know, I certainly would have hired Cornelius Breadman, and I feel like it's his leadership which is lacking. No.
That's the beauty of this recruitment agency. Is this level of self-doubt where you're like, maybe it was me all along. You know, maybe it wasn't Cornelius Breadman, you know, never putting flour in any of my bread who did it.
I hope a rival business podcast like the Harvest Business Review Ideas Cast doesn't hire a total doofus to come on our show as a guest with us.
I would actually be so pleased with the guest that I'd be okay with the doofus joining us. I'm more worried about them setting up a rival podcast like Brains on the Inside to really ruin us.
I think the problem with adding a doofus to this situation is that we're already doofuses.
So I have a great ad for us this week. Got some really good copy. It's a really exciting product.
Oh,
and I'm actually pretty excited to use it myself.
Oh, cool.
So we've all taken train, sat in standard class, and it's pretty nice. I like watching the world go by, and the seats are okay. And sometimes when I'm feeling fancy and the tickets are cheap, I like sitting in first class, and it's a bit comfier, a bit fancier. Sometimes they come and give you a free sandwich or a drink of some kind.
Cup of tea.
Exactly, you know? It just those little things that make the trip just a bit nicer. However, no matter first class or second class, there's still a carriage you can never sit in and a seat you can never touch. And that's all about to change with Super First Class tickets from LNER. Super First Class gives you access to the most exclusive carriage on the train and to the comfiest seat there is, the one that grants you the most authority. Super First Class tickets get you to sit in the driver's seat of the train. Not only do you get your sandwiches and your drink and your comfier seat, you also get to drive the train itself. You get to like honk its little horn and stop it at a red light. You can choose how fast or slow you go. And you can choose if this journey is going to take 20 minutes like it's meant to be scheduled or 4.5 hours. That's your prerogative as the super first class person on this train. I'm very excited about this service, and I'm looking forward to doing this next time I train and travel.
this is amazing. And if I just put my business brain hat on there, tuck my brain back into my ears and put it inside my head so that I can think about this from a practical perspective, this is also an extremely good proposition from LNER.
Yeah.
Because not only do they have this super expensive seat, but they also have no drivers anymore. They don't have to pay drivers.
In fact, we're paying them to drive it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a big go button.
Yeah.
And a big stop button, surely.
I mean, I really hope that the transport unions don't come for us, but...
That's actually why the ticket's so expensive. You first have to join the transport union. It's like the ticket price and yearly union dues, and then you're good to go.
Sweet. So if another advertiser wanted to get in touch with the show, how would they do that?
Well, there's a lot of options, There's our email, which is brainsontheoutside@gmail.com.
Okay. There
is our Twitter, which is brainsoutside. And there's our Instagram, which is brainsontheoutside. And we would love it if you contacted with us about really anything, but in particular, business problems you are having. We would love to help somebody solve a real business problem you have.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Wonderful. Should we just crack on with the afternoon bit of the show?
Right onto the PM segment. Let's go.
Let's do it. Andrew.
Alex.
Have you noticed how different the world is now?
Yeah, a lot's changed, right?
Yeah, a lot has changed. Like, I used to go into the work. I used to go into the office.
The work
every day. I used to go into the office every day and sit at my desk and grind away, do my computer stuff, look at my spreadsheets and my documents and my PowerPoints. And that would be my life every single day. And people don't really do that anymore if they can avoid it. There's loads of benefits to that, right? It's good.
It's more working from home now, isn't it?
Yeah, I tend to go in just like 1 or 2 days a week, which is really nice. I like that. It's fun. But, I mean, our business has switched to hot desking because of that. I no longer have a desk. I don't have a place to sit. I go in and I sit anywhere. And it's true, I have a preferred desk in the hot desking system, but it's actually really difficult to choose a good hot desk, right?
Oh, it's so hard. There's so many factors into what should be your desk.
Yeah.
I've kind of planted a flag on one of the desks, and there's like, this is the desk I have. I try going every day to retain it. But making that choice was very hard.
I know. You've got things like the temperature in that place. You've got the microclimate there. Is it very warm? Are you near the air conditioning? Is there a window? Does the sun come in and warm the desk up in the morning? You've got the noise around you,
Yeah.
That air conditioning unit's kicking out some noise. There's no doubt about that. The microwave down the way is beeping away, People might be on the phone around you. You've got access to the amenities. How close are you to the toilets, to the microwave, to the coffee machine? All of these things,
Those are all practical things as well. That's not even getting into the politics of the situation.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, because, people cluster together. They sit with the people that they like most of the time. But if you're only in once or twice a week, you might not have the opportunity to sit in exactly the same space every time. And there's a bit of fluidity to it. You want to know whether someone that you like or don't like is going to sit near to you.
Yeah. Don't
you? You want to know whether that person that types really loud, Andrew, is going to sit next to you. Or that person who's really funny, Alex, is going to sit next to you and be really funny. And that's good and bad, right? Because it could be distracting.
I mean, you want to know, is this person going to talk to you about their podcast for 8.5 hours that day or not?
Or are these two people who sit next to me going to talk about their podcast for 8.5 hours, regardless of everyone else? Yeah. You might have someone who just drums their fingers really aggressively on the desktop. That's annoying. You need to know. You need to know who's sitting where.
Yes.
Yeah.
This sounds like it goes beyond just a desk booking system then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is outside of the desk booking system. This has to be a third-party system.
Right.
This is TripAdvisor for desks.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What we've got is an Uber-style star rating for every single desk in every single office in the entire world.
Ooh, that is super duper useful, especially if you know shared offices. It isn't just your work; it's other companies there as well. That's going to be very useful.
Man. Yeah, if you're in a co-working space, this is premium stuff, and we update it in real time. So someone goes and sits down there. They're like, "Oh, this was
fucking Steve again.
bad choice."
He's over there.
Exactly. Yeah. Man, he's over there. He's eating his Terry's chocolate orange like it's an apple, like an absolute animal. I can't bear this. What the hell? No stars. Boom. We update that in real time. We give you a real time view of what's going on in the world. You walk into the building. We detect it on your phone. Ping. We send you a little ping. This is a good seat. Come and sit here. This is a 5-star seat. It's free now. This is a 4.8-star seat. It's free. Go and sit in it.
I'm super excited about all the services that will exist outside of this. The reaction to this by the people working there, or the stars will form to combat this of like trying to change a desk rating so you can sit there. Like you review bomb a desk to clear it out.
Man.
You know that this desk should be a 4.8, but maybe you hire the incompetent recruitment agency to come in and just destroy that desk reputation for a week, and then all of a sudden next week it's clear you sit there and its normal rating come back again.
Unbelievable. Yeah. All the reviews are like, "Oh, Cornelius Breadman sits next to this and he just like stinks like yeast." all he talks about is his ham bread that he's made, which has got no flour in it. It's only made of ham and yeast and water.
0 stars.
Yeah, everyone. And then suddenly he disappears and you've swiped an incredible desk. I feel as we near the end of this bit that I have to add an attribution to this because this idea was sent in by a listener.
Yeah.
So enormous thanks to Julie for sending this in.
Such a good idea. It's
such a good idea. Yeah, it's really good. I hope we've done it some justice there. That was the 9th show we've done, Andrew.
I still can't really believe it.
The next one's number 10.
Number 10 seems like such a big thing in my head.
It's
mad, like that's era 1 done, and then phase 2, our teenage years.
Yeah, the first decade.
Experimental, weird stage of our show. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that as well. I would love it if people could send in some feedback for our first 9 shows so far that we will take into account when we go through this experimental phase that we're going to go through as we find our feet in the next decade of our podcast. I'd also really like Andrew and I have been discussing really stupidly whether or not we should have a fringe show this year. And I would love it if someone would give us some feedback and preferably tell us this is a fucking stupid idea, don't do it. But maybe the other way.
I'm so close to submitting that form.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe we should just do it.
Just do it.
Then I'm also a bit scared.
If someone were to want to give us some feedback, how could they deliver it to you, Alex? What's the preferred method of communication?
Okay, sweet. Email.
Nice.
Brains on the outside @gmail.com. Boom, done. Twitter, brains outside.
Yeah.
Instagram, brains on the outside. Perfect. That's it, right? Those are the ways.
I think that was a great episode. I love the TripAdvisor for desks. I think the ad was LNER super first class. That's great.
I'm taking a train journey next week. I will be upgrading my ticket to LNER super first class.
It's fantastic. And also there was the hiring incompetent people for your competitors.
I definitely was not. I did not do that, Andrew. It was not me. You cannot prove it. There is no paper trail.
That's 3 amazing premium business ideas for you to go away and make your startup with.
Please do. Please also tell all of your friends about our show. And if you can bring yourselves to give us a rating on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you look at podcasts or listen to podcasts, we would be so massively appreciative.
super happy.
I believe we have one review on Apple Podcasts, and it's
We have-
by me at the moment.
I think there's one on Podchaser as well that's also potentially by a host of the show.
We would love that. And we'll be back next Monday. And in the meantime, keep your brain on the outside.
Keep your brain on the outside.